Chapter 31 Part 1. That night, Bai Jing received 5 3-level energy boxes with an average unit price of 200,000 star coins. After deducting 5% of the handling fee, the total was 950,000 star coins. Well, this price, it seems to be the price of level 4 energy liquid, right? Bai Jing thought, and he spent a total of 250,000 star coins to buy 2 pieces of oil green jadeite. Currently, only the smaller one has been extracted, and the cost is only about 100,000 star coins. Bai Jing blinked. This profit is indeed very high. I remember a passage quoted in Marx's Das Kapital. With proper profit, capital will be very emboldened. At 10% profit, it will be used everywhere. At 20%, it will come alive. At 50%, it will lead to active risk-taking. At 100%, it will make people defy the law. At 300%, it will make people not afraid of crime, or even the danger of hanging their heads. Well, whether it is gambling stones or energy liquid, it has far exceeded this profit. Therefore, he must protect himself. Perhaps it was the alertness brought to him by the apocalypse. Bai Jing was keenly aware of a hint of crisis and immediately spent 1 million star coins to buy an online identity encryption device. Unless he has extremely high technology, no one can find out his true identity from the internet. Of course, he didn't know that this device greatly increased the difficulty of Minister Liang's search. At the same time, it cooperated with Gu's anti-reconnaissance system to block the chance of the Jin family and other noble families finding him. The timing was just right. At this time, Bai Jing was preparing to deal with another 2 kilograms oil green jadeite. In one morning, Bai Jing extracted all the energy in it and extracted a total of 8 third-level energy liquids. Perhaps because of the upgrade of the ability, the extraction process did not stop to absorb energy due to mental exhaustion, and the overall smoothness was incredible. Yesterday, he felt a little tired after only taking 4 energy liquids, but after absorbing one of them, he clearly felt that his mental power became much stronger. Now, even if he took 8 third-level energy liquids, he was only slightly sleepy. He put the energy liquid on the detector, and it showed that the purity is between 39.72%, which is still the best attribute. Bai Jing was very satisfied with this, but he did not mail all of these energy boxes to Shanghai Auction House, but sent half of them. After observing, he found that the top 3 online auction houses did not have intermediate energy boxes of level 3 or 4 every day, but only a few every 1 or 2 days, which seemed to be related to the spiritual strength of the energy master. Therefore, in order to avoid being too conspicuous, Bai Jing will reduce the number. At this time, he didn't know that he had been targeted by 2 top families at the same time. In the afternoon, Bai Jing received news that there will be a stone betting battle at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Just 2 pieces of oil green jade have been used up, and the 2 pieces that have been bet on tomorrow can continue to be used as raw materials for extracting energy liquid. The next morning, the first stone betting battle began. As soon as Bai Jing stepped onto the high platform, there was a burst of cheers from below. Gu Yun! Gu Yun! Come on, Gu Yun! Gu Yun will win. Bai Jing looked at the audience and found that there were many fans shouting his name, almost hoarse. He was stunned for a rare moment. He didn't expect that a first-level stone gambler like him would have so many fans to support him. Although he wasn't used to it, Bai Jing didn't notice it at all. When he lowered his eyes, the corner of his mouth unconsciously showed a smile. That smile was clean and beautiful with a slight shyness. With his delicate facial features, it would make people dizzy. I am dead. Why am I not there? This laugh, God. I seem to see an angel. I declare that I am in love. There were also a lot of fans who couldn't make it to the scene and could only watch the stone betting battle online, and they soon filled the live broadcast room. This is also normal. At this time, it has only been 2 or 3 days since Bai Jing participated in the stone gambling battle for the first time. Coupled with the fermentation of the video of Catch Jade, his popularity has not dissipated. Standing opposite Bai Jing was a second-level stone gambler named Suja. With the arrogance and indifference unique to the children of an aristocratic family, he glanced at him lightly and then turned his gaze back. However, Suja's gambling growth rate was obviously much higher than Jiang Ke's last time, reaching 18.75%. It is estimated that he will soon be promoted to the third-level stone gambler. After the introduction by the host, the holographic projections of the 10 pieces of wool were displayed on the big screen one by one. The wools selected by Jing were numbered 6 to 10. The next 50 minutes are betting time. Since the last time Bai Jing gambled on the rare ice blue water jade, few people looked down on his status as a first-class stone gambler. Maybe there is a certain luck factor, but when gambling with stones, luck is also very important sometimes. After the bet is over, the odds of 10 pieces of wool have been calculated. The odds of the gross material for numbers 1 to 5 belonging to Suja are 7.7, 6.3, 5.9, 6.6, and 7.0. The gross odds for numbers 6 to 10 belonging to White King are 8.2, 6.5, 7.4, 6.9, and 7.3. Although Bai Jing's odds are still higher than the opponent's this time, it can be clearly seen that the gap is gradually narrowing, which is completely different from Jiangke's one. Suja looked at the odds on the big screen and raised his eyebrows slightly, feeling very uncomfortable. He didn't expect the odds between the two to be so close. Obviously, he has become a second-level stone gambler for more than a year. Even if this first-level stone gambler named Gu Yun is lucky, what can a stone gambler show? He didn't believe that the other party could solve the jade every time. There are also the following Gu Yun's fanatical fans. All of them are too superficial, and it is not because of Gu Yun's beautiful and delicate face. This is a stone game, and it's not a beauty pageant. Does the reaction need to be so intense? This time, let them, especially Gu Yun's fans, see who wins and who loses. Suja is very confident in the wool material he selected, and the 5 pieces of wool material in it are all carefully selected by him. Among them, the wool material numbered 3 is his most optimistic piece. It was a rock with a yellow pear skin, with an irregular triangle at the bottom, about 30 centimeters long and 20 centimeters high. The leather shell is like a pineapple, and it can be seen faintly green inside when illuminated by a strong light. This kind of leather shell has a high probability of containing color, and is a rare high-quality wool material. Moreover, on one corner of the wool material, there is a bunting pine flower wrapped around the wool material like a belt, which is very good. Usually, the size of the green is determined by the size of the wool covered by the baotou songhua, and the part where the baotou is wrapped is the green part. Based on these performances, Suja can almost conclude that there is definitely jade in this piece of wool, and it will not be small. As long as the planting water is not too bad, there is absolutely no problem with the big rise. After Master Xieshur came to power, Suja discussed with Master Xieshur, and then came to the number 3 wool material, ready to dissolve stone in person. As for Bai Jing, I chose one of the 3 pieces of wool that can solve jadeite at random. Even if it breaks, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the jade inside can be used to make energy liquid, and the star coins earned will not lose to the piece of wool that has risen by gambling. Moreover, he has already drawn the cutting lines on the 5 pieces of wool. With the rich experience of the calcite master, these pieces of wool will not collapse. Soon, calcite begins. Suja carefully observed the rock with the pineapple skin again, and then began to rub the stone from the left side of the wool where the baotou pine flower was contained. My God, it's going to be green so soon. It's Yu Qingzhong, worthy of being a second-level stone gambler. This color is yang green, it's soaring. I bet, huh? There were many people's admiration from the audience. On the enlarged screen, a bright green came out from the yellow leather shell. It was beautiful and pure, full and not evil. It was a beautiful sunny green color, and the planting water also reached medium on the upper side of the oily green class. Suja hooked his lips lightly, all of which he expected. He glanced at Gu Yun opposite, who was still cutting stones with a stone cutter, and there was no sign of green on the cut surface at all. Looking at the many fans of Gu Yun under the stage, they were all nervously watching the big screen, and they no longer had the enthusiasm to cheer and shout at the beginning. Suja laughed in his heart. Oh, how can a first-level stone gambler compare with a second-level stone gambler? This time, let him show his true form. What Bai Jing is solving now is the piece of wool that contains fine bean seeds, numbered number 7. This is the wool of a yellow sand leather shell. After a long period of weathering, the leather shell is very thick, and the jadeite is located in the lower part of the center of the wool, so naturally it cannot be cut in half at a time. So he used the laser knife to cut along the leather shell 3 times, and wiped off the surrounding gravel with a grinding wheel, and finally revealed the green cut surface. Look, number 7 is green. It's a bean seed. The color is not uniform, and I don't know the size. Only 1/3 of the wool is left. I'm afraid it's hanging. Suja was startled when he heard the outburst of discussion and immediately raised his head to look at the big screen. Could it be that the other party has also increased their bets? Then when I saw the uneven color of the cut surface and the texture of the beans, I could not help but breathe a sigh of relief. In this way, it is difficult to bet on this piece of wool. Oh my God, it's green, and number 9 is green too. Suja's heart just let go, and he was about to continue to dissolve the stone. When he heard the words, he couldn't help but snort. He couldn't care about the jade in his hand, and looked anxiously at the big screen. It was a piece of lime husk wool, half unwound. I only saw that the master stone sprinkled some water on the cut surface, revealing the delicate and shiny jadeite with a grease-like surface, and the color was a dull spinach green. It's just spinach green. It's far worse than my own young green. After taking a look, Suja was relieved, and continued to unravel the oily green jadeite in his hand. Under the rotation of the grinding wheel, most of this jadeite has been solved, and it is a circle larger than the palm of an adult. There is absolutely no suspense in the rise. The other calcite masters also unraveled part of the wool, revealing 3 white stones on the cut surface, and the other one covered with dense black spots. There is no doubt that Suja's other 4 pieces of wool have collapsed.